Right, we are in the Gibson Garage. I kind of feel like rock royalty sat here.
I know.
But I am with rock royalty, Josh and
No!
RJ.
I was gonna say it smells like Slash.
So with
That's what that was.
you've completely thrown me.
Essence of Slash.
Yeah.
Sense of Slash. So
Ode of Winter Slash.
essentially, I hear rumors Slash was here earlier.
Yeah, I heard that too. I saw some people like near fainting outside. this isn't for Halestorm.
Anyway, enough about him. Like this is about you guys.
Yeah.
No, I want to talk more about Slash.
Not egomaniac then. Not talking about yourself here.
No, enough about us. Yeah.
So I do want to chat about Everest, the new album that's coming. But before I do want to touch on Iron Maiden and back to the beginning with Black Sabbath. Now this is monumental, like to support Iron Maiden and obviously to be on that kind of bill with Black Sabbath. I just want to know, like, how did this feel to first, find out you were doing it and to be on stages or going to be on stage with such, I suppose, monumental metal icons? How does it feel?
When the offer came for Iron Maiden, the first feelings are just total excitement, like just really? You sure they got the right number? But then there's somewhat, well, I don't know. You just not the fear of the unknown, but you don't know how it's going to be touring with like a big band who does their thing, and you're just the little opener. You don't know what it's going to be. They like opened their world up to us and have been just the most just accommodating, like from the crew to like everyone. And so so your dream is coming true. You get to play with like one of the biggest bands of all time, but then they're actually cool and the whole scene is cool, so it's just like it's over the top.
You're just
everything.
Like us.
They are
people play rock and roll.
Exactly. Yeah. And so it truly has been just a treat on so many levels, and we feel so lucky to do that. But for playing with Sabbath, I don't know. That's just crazy. But just the lineup is awesome. I can't wait to be a part of my wife and kids have flown over for both of these shows, and we're just it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
I mean, I've heard the line, it's like the Live Aid of the metal scene. So, I think that's a really good description of it.
Good,
And the person that came out with that, what a genius. But I shouldn't say it too loud because I don't want to stroke his ego too much.
We're actually performing Heal the World.
Now, let's talk Everest because, this is a monumental 6th album. And I want to know, at what point in your career did you sort of feel like Halestorm had, I suppose, leveled up into this stadium tier level? And, how did that, I want to sort of get a sense of, I'm trying to think of the right word, and I've got my cheat cards right down in front of me, which is really shocking. But how did that sort of feel when you kind of got there and you were like, we are this level? Was it a sort of a realization, or did it happen over time?
We knew.
Yeah.
We knew. No.
There's the egos.
It's funny, like seeing it from the inside out and then others seeing it from the outside in. It's amazing how those are two completely different realities. Because you're right, like from being in it, it's been so gradual. Our trajectory has been like slow and steady, one little victory at a time, and we've been slowly moving towards that. But you're right, like every now and then you have to kind of like look around and be like, holy shit, we're playing an arena.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't expect that.
And building up to it, all the talk on our side is, well, the prep for the show, the production, all the just the logistical, and then the making a set, building the show, right? So you're just consumed in it, and then you're there, and it's crazy. But then we watch it, on YouTube, the final
product.
footage of it, and it's like it just hits like again. It's like wow, holy shit. So I don't know if it's like it going with what RJ said though. It's never like wow, finally made it. You know, it's not it's never been about that for us. We always want more. We always want to challenge ourselves, and so if we get to keep doing this, and we get to play O2 in November, and if it continues to build, then we're just so thankful for it.
I mean, where does it go after the O2? It is London's biggest venue.
I don't know.
You know, I mean, like, I don't know, Buckingham Palace?
The moon!
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go with Buckingham.
We're playing on the moon.
Now that's rock and roll. Like, you definitely do use your big drumsticks up there. That'll be like...
Bezos, let's go to the moon.
Now, I understand there's a bit of a narrative running through Everest. It's sort of a story of your journey as a band. Now, was this something that you sort of intended for? Is it something that sort of came naturally when writing the actual record?
Yes, I would say more that because like we said earlier, the writing process of this record was much more about let's just chase what gets us excited. Let's not have the end goal in sight. I feel like with a lot of our records, we had to write a record that fit a pre-existing sound that we had. So we're kind of like, anchored in that and then having to shape the creative process to fit that mold. We were fortunate enough to be at a level where we're like, let's just take the rules and throw them out the window. But yeah, I think when the song Everest came to be, that was when we were like, oh, this is kind of a narrative of our life story, of our journey as a band. Because again, it's just been slow and steady. We have a love for the climb. We're not thinking about taking a selfie at the summit, or we're thinking about the process and the gear and huffing one foot in front of the other. So yeah, I think that it kind of happened during the creative process. We're like, wow, this is kind of turning into our memoir of our journey, at least up to this point.
And so all of the lyrics, they're just our talks and our thoughts in real time. It was how we were feeling, and it's everything we've been going through, the good and the not so good, and just it's all there. It's this album is just kind of it's bearing it all. It really is
showing that we're humans that have real human problems. And we're gonna express it in our art. Yeah.
Now, the first single that came out, obviously Everest is a terrific song, but the first one, it was quite captivating. I was expecting something really bombastic, really loud, really like very, I suppose, Halestorm, but it was more ballad, like as I like to call it. And you've only just released the video for Darkness Always Wins. Now, it is quite an intense video. It's quite visually captivating as well. How did you and the director come up with the actual story and the narrative behind that video? Because, I mean, you've got Lizzie in chainmail with like a giant sword, which I was like, the nerd in me is just going, I remember these sort of fantasy movies. I love this.
We had a bunch of different treatments that we got presented with the video, and we ended up going with...
Honestly, I think it was in concert with the album artwork. I think that was a kind of a big, sort of motivator to go that route, to keep it to make it this fantasy, that of what the duality of of Lizzie, and have fun with it, and let Lizzie and
my wife and sister finally got to get their frustrations out with each other via swordplay.
You guys don't want to talk? I got the swords already.
And also it was just really fun, the idea of making a really theatrical video where we get to have this really incredible background and landscape and sword fighting. It's like that really fit the music, I thought. Yeah.
Cool. Now, I'm gonna have to skip a few questions because I've got the notice to wrap it up. But I've got two very quick questions, or ideally quick questions. Now, Lizzie's guitar is actually now a part of the Scale exhibition in London, which is absolutely incredible. I got to check it out earlier. Amazing. And it's almost so tangible you can reach out and touch it. How did you feel to see, your bandmate, your colleague, your sister actually have this as part of such a cultural space?
Yeah, I mean, for her, she's always been Gibson, 100%. No, nothing else. So to see her finally being able to work with the guitar company of her dreams and make a custom guitar for herself is amazing. And they did such a great job on it. It's such a kick-ass guitar.
Yeah, I think it's so much more than a guitar, right? It's like it embodies Lizzie and Halestorm and these two crazy Hale kids like starting this band when they were kids. So it's like the guitar is such a neat story and Lizzie is just such a wonderful just an inspiring person. The guitar is just it's just all a piece of that, piece of that story.
She's been such a great role model for other young girls coming up and being like, hey, I can do it, you can do it too. Pick up a guitar, rock out. It's amazing to see that.
So the last question I had, I'm actually, because I do need to wrap up, it's going to be more of a statement from me, if that's okay. So
Not
the question,
okay.
Well, the question,
continue.
the question originally was going to be, you've inspired loads of fans. Lizzie's inspired, as you say, lots of young ladies to be who they want to be. And I wanted to ask if there's any stories that you've heard that have particularly resonated with you. But we do have to, as I said, wrap it up. And I want to say this.
There's too many to count, man. It happens all the time. Dads or moms come up to us and be like, "You inspired my daughter to pick up a guitar." And the cool thing is too, and I'm obviously just a guy, but a lot of parents have come up to me and said like, "You inspired my daughter or son to pick up a pair of drumsticks too." So it's like, yeah, it's cool to see that it doesn't matter who you are or whether you're a boy or a girl, you can be inspired by anyone to pursue your dreams, right? Yeah.
So this is like my little inspiration, let's say. So last year I asked my lovely partner to marry me. Her wedding ring or her
She said
engagement
she'll think
ring.
about it.
I actually had to ask her. I was like, "Is that a yes, by the way?" But her engagement ring has a string in it from Lizzie's guitar from Download 2023. So I just wanted to share that with you.
Wow.
Because,
That's so cool.
That's amazing.
Cool.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
The fact that we get to do what we love and bring people together and share these. Yeah.
The love of music.
That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
That's right.
That's what
Yeah.
it's all
and
about.
we will be having like one of your songs as our first dance. Not the same as you've heard from my colleague before me, because he's also my best man.
Well, wait till the album comes out. I think there is a song on there that I think will make a perfect wedding song. So,
Okie
yeah.
dokie. I will definitely bear that in mind. Guys, thank you so much for chatting to us today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. I also just got married in November too. So yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
See, there was no awkwardness on that one. We
I know,
knew what we were going
But
for.
we knew what we were doing. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, guys.